guys, Roman Superstar here, back again with a no gem video. Again, I'm running this account not because I want to go ahead and just stomp new people. I don't want to do that. I don't even like that kind of idea. But I want to show you guys that you can climb through the trophies without gemming a single bit. And so I want to show you guys my deck first before I go into talking about it. But I've climbed from 0 to 680 trophies. Didn't lose a single time, not once. And there we go. So we have this deck right here. So I got the Prince luckily from the get-go. So I'm running the Giant, the Prince, the P.E.K.K.A., the Mini P.E.K.K.A., and then some troops to kind of cushion their push, or to fight back or counter push, or whatever it may be, or a Fireball to clear waves. So the big combo for this one is you drop your Giant. That's a big one. When you drop your Giant, you can back it up with the Dragon. Or if you want to go all brute force ground assault, you can go like a Giant, drop that, drop a Prince, and then immediately drop the P.E.K.K.A. But generally, I like to have some sort of anti-air or just wave clear. So I generally throw the Giant along with the Dragon, following up with a Prince or a Mini P.E.K.K.A. If it's pushing good, then I'll send either the Mini P.E.K.K.A. or the Prince, whatever one I didn't send, to the other side to start the push on that end as well. So that's generally what I do. And the Bomber is there to clear waves, same with the Dragon. Dragon's also anti-air. The Fireball is there to clear waves. The cost of this deck is pretty low. It's 3.8 on average for elixir cost. So I was thinking, you know what? I can salvage the extra elixir for the Fireball over the arrows any day with this particular deck. So I did. I went with the Fireball. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be able to take out heavier troops at a more reasonable fashion in case I do expend a lot of elixir, or not elixir, but troops that I needed for, like, say for instance air. I can Fireball whatever's sending at me in case I don't have any kind of backup for troops to fight air, or just big waves in general. So if they have like a minion horde for whatever reason, or whatever it may be, I don't know if they get minion horde immediately, but I don't remember when you actually get that. Let's find out. So the big things, like, you won't be getting the minion horde for a while. It looks like, at least not so much. Yeah, you may get a lot of skeleton armies, but other than that, I mean, a lot of it's not too dangerous. Valkyrie's kind of like nasty nowadays, but I find that if I just send out the P.E.K.K.A. Then it's fine. Or the Dragon even, then it's fine. But yeah, so that's the deck I'm running. Literally, it got me from 0 to 680 without any hiccups. Not a single loss. Not a single one. I even show you here, I literally have 19 3-crown wins and out of 23 wins. So 19 3-crown wins is pretty good, I would say, out of 23 total wins without a single loss. That's pretty good. I just recently got in a guild, so I only have 4 donations, but yeah, so that is that. So you can see here my favorite card is in fact the Baby Dragon. But yeah, so that is the deck I'm running. Let me go ahead and show a few fights here. You can see a lot of the 3 crowns, 3 crowns, 3 crowns, 3 crowns. No losses whatsoever. And then the other ones don't really show anymore because I think they're just too far back. But let's watch some. I think there's some good ones here recently. So let's go ahead and do this one. We'll start with. We'll do these last ones right here. So starting here. So this one's a 2-0. It wasn't a 3 crown, but I think obviously because it wasn't a 3 crown, he was doing well. So that's kind of why I wanted to pick it. But all right, so I tell him good luck. I have that superstition. If I don't tell him good luck, then it's not good because I will lose. So he sent out a Giant. I'm not too worried. I sent out my own Giant with the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to do a lot of damage to that Giant. Unfortunately, he gets taken out a little bit early. But yeah, so we do manage though. So he does do like quite a bit of damage, but I'm pushing pretty hard at this point. I'm looking pretty fat. I have the Bomber going out too. So this would be a pretty good push, unless he has anything to take it out, which I would say a Fireball or a Dragon. But we do some good damage too. So even though he did win the exchange, I think overall, like, it's okay because I should have better plays naturally, just because I've been playing longer, I would assume. Another thing this guy is doing is he's wasting his Fireball on the tower rather than just focusing his troops into it and then fireballing my troops. So that was kind of weird. He probably could have prevented a lot of my damage earlier on with that fireball if he had used it. So he's just picking away, but I'm gonna send my prince to the other side and say, okay, you want to play that way? We can play that way. So I send the prince to kind of deviate his attention. So now he's like worried now, because now both his towers are hurting pretty good, whereas mine are just doing okay, especially that left side. So I'm probably gonna throw down another giant, following up with a P.E.K.K.A. since it's what I have on hand. Look at that fireball, man. He just loves that fireball. So there's a giant. Ooh, I have dragon on me. I might send that out, but I think I send out the P.E.K.K.A. if I'm correct. Let's see what we do here. Looks like he's debating to go out the prince or the... Yeah, I did do the dragon. Definitely after I see the prince, I definitely wanted to go to the dragon. He's just a good choice to go, especially since he does AoE. Very nice. Alright, so he's going to do quite a bit of damage, but I'm going to go ahead and deviate attention here. He's putting a lot of elixir into that right side, so now I'm going to go ahead and just wail on his left side tower. And it's looking good. It's definitely looking in my favor. We're going to take out his dragon. Now we're going to push our right side. Looking mighty fine. We're going to go ahead and drop the dragon on the left side, make sure we can just clear that wave. We don't want to take any unnecessary damage if we don't have to. And now we're going to go ahead and send out the prince. And then probably back it up with a P.E.K.K.A. here for a second, or a mini P.E.K.K.A. in a second. So there we go. And that tower is mine. So that was the last tower we're going to get. We're not going to 3-crown. We already know that. But yeah, so I mean, it's just, there wasn't enough time or enough elixir efficiency to kind of pump it out in time, but it's fine. So now we're just going to ward off this attack. He's going to probably come close to getting it. Does he? I don't think he did, right? No, he didn't. Alright, so there we go. Not too shabby, right? That was a 2-star. Alright, so we have the next one here, which was, this one actually looked like it was going to be a little bit difficult. I actually lost 2 towers, so this is a good match right here. It's starting to ramp up. Like, people are starting to play a little bit better, have a little bit better in deck efficiency, and also certain cards are annoying, like Balloon, for instance. I don't think anybody has freeze yet, so he dropped the P.E.K.K.A. or mini P.E.K.K.A. right after my prince. So this is looking actually pretty nasty, but we managed to take off the mini P.E.K.K.A. before he does too much. And then the giant's also gonna get taken out. He's gonna get a few hits, but that's nothing I'm too worried about. All right, so we're working down this Valkyrie. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit both sides. It looks like there's nothing he can do. He's down on elixir. He spent everything he had. So he has nothing to counter with, so this is looking really good for us. So we are going to, in fact, get a lot of damage off on that right side, but we don't take it out. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to be coming down. We're going to throw down the giant. This will take some damage for us. We don't want that tower to take it. I'd rather have the giant take it rather than my tower. And there we go. So now we're going to have his giant we need to address. I just dropped my archer, so I was like, oh crap. He already dropped the giant, you know, after I dropped my archer, so it's kind of bad. But we do manage to take his tower. He's probably going to take this one, I believe. If he doesn't, I'd be surprised. Yeah, there we go. He does, in fact, take it. I tried anything in my power to kind of like fight it off, but the fireball was just not enough. And now he's just... I don't get why people keep doing this. They whittle down towers with fireballs. I understand the concept behind that, but really you want to do it only when like you know you're going to take it out with that fireball. If it's so low and you need to get that last bit of damage to get the win, then you fireball. Otherwise, you save it for like big troops. At least in my experience. So now he has a balloon. The balloons are definitely nasty. I have no counter air right now, so I had to drop the bomber just to put out the archers. That's why I dropped the bomber. I wanted to drop anything I can to get it out, whatever kind of anti-air I can get out. So that's why I did that. Now we're going to go ahead and go for a push on the left-hand side while the right side pushes itself. That mini P.E.K.K.A. just took a chunk of damage. So there we go. A lot of times, placement and times you place troops can be really bad. It can work against you. So you don't want to place something that can get taken out quite easily by the prince's charge right in front of the prince. You want to put like something that's pretty inexpensive or multi-units like the spirit goblins, the skeletons, things like that. Or even though they take the charge damage, their health wasn't very high to begin with, so you're not really missing out on a lot of your elixir. But he does, in fact, do a lot of damage to this tower, dude. He is actually playing pretty aggressive, and I think he's actually doing a really good job, but he does manage to take it out here in a second. So, maybe not. Wow, that was pretty close. So here we are. We have a little bit of anti-air, but he's going to go on fireball and take out my tower. So we're sitting 2-2. This is a good match. I was actually pretty impressed because this is the first guy that's actually challenged my deck, making me have to actually work for it. But we had a heavy charge, double dragons, and we managed to clean it up for the win. Alright, so there we go. Again, guys, this deck isn't meant for me to just beat lower skilled players. I've been playing for a little bit longer than probably some of these people. I'm doing this to show you guys the fact that you can rank up without gemming at all. So that's a big thing I want to emphasize. Some people are making comments like, "Oh, of course you're gonna win. You're beating noobs." I was like, well, eventually I'm gonna get to a certain level where I'm not going against people who are so new to the game, and that's my whole goal, is to show that I can reach that point without gemming. So I want to show the progress in which I get there. That way you guys know, like, hey, look, we've seen the videos when he was low. We've seen the videos where he's high. He's done it. I don't want to just make a video and say, oh, hey guys, I'm there. Look, I got 3,000 trophies without gemming. But you didn't see any of the past videos because I didn't make any. That's why I kind of want to do the in-betweens too. So here we go. We're going to go into the last one. This one's another one. The balloons are giving me some trouble here, it looks like. Because this is the second time I run into a guy with balloons. They're a little bit tanky. They take a lot of damage. They can whip out a lot of damage. Luckily, there's not a lot of enraged spells. If I think I don't remember when you can get the rage spell. So there we go. We had to expend pretty much equal elixir, if not more, but it's alright. So now he's throwing out the giant. My dragon's gonna do some damage while the giant's gonna be picked away. He's gonna get a few hits in, of course, but we're gonna go ahead and try our hardest to kind of fight it off as quickly as possible. Looks like he's gonna get 2 hits. There we go. And now we got the balloon. We're dropping the spirit goblins and the archers, and I think we're gonna be able to get the balloon in time. Oh yeah. He's gonna take out a little bit of the health on the archers, but it's not too bad. And the P.E.K.K.A.s is wailing on that tower, dude. And now the dragon to drop to clean up the skeleton army. Nothing on me. Now the dragon's gonna push. We're looking pretty good. Ooh, we dropped the bomb tower. So that's pretty good, though. That's a good deviation from my dragon. A good way to pull aggro. But I'm gonna go ahead and split the push. So I went ahead and addressed the right side. And now the prince is gonna get there. There he is. Alright, sweet. So now we got there, doing some hefty damage on there. I don't think we're gonna take it out because that P.E.K.K.A. is gonna just destroy us. But we do manage to do a lot of damage. He's not looking good, and I'm looking pretty healthy overall. My giant's gonna just push him away too. It's so funny. So there we go. Mini P.E.K.K.A. he does a lot of damage, but he can also take a lot of damage. So that's the convenient thing. Here's where it gets nasty because I dropped my spirit goblins just before he dropped his balloon. So his balloon is doing some pretty brutal damage. It doesn't take out the tower, but it does enough to make it to where I'm like, crap. So now we drop the bomber, take out the skeleton army, of course, super easy. Dragon's gonna go ahead and do the job here, I think. No, wow, okay, good fireball. So now I know I can take it out pretty close with the fireball, just not enough. I need to do a little bit more damage, so I dropped some archers, but he did drop the P.E.K.K.A., the mini P.E.K.K.A., so that was a little bit unfortunate. And there we go. So now we got the giant and the mini P.E.K.K.A., and we got the balloon coming down our side on the left. But I think we're gonna be able to take it out. Yes! Oh, he did do 100 damage though on that tower. And he takes it out with a fireball. Very nice play. And now I'm just fireballing because I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's take it out. So there we go. There is the other tower for us. We aren't gonna 3-crown, obviously, because it shows the score, but we will definitely fend off the rest of his attacks here. It did look a little bit nasty, but looks like we would have won anyways, regardless. Oh, but that left side would have been really nasty, but I have a bomber, so I could have dropped that too if I needed to. There we go. Freaking G. So you can see there, it's not like a walk in the park necessarily. You got to use a deck efficiently. Sometimes I messed up where I dropped too many cards too fast. But overall, I think I did pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I haven't lost a single time, so that's a good indication saying this deck is working. So definitely it can get you from 0 to 700 trophies fairly easy. If you don't have a prince, I've noticed is a hard one to get sometimes. I know people are level 5 and still don't have a prince. I would say maybe the Dark Knight Dark Prince if you have that, or I'm trying to think what else you can go. You can kind of go with a Knight maybe. A Knight might be a good one too. Yeah. What else is there? So okay, if you don't have the Prince, then you can go with whoops. Well, if you have a balloon, you can definitely go balloon. Or some giant skeleton is a good one too. But yeah, any one of those cards, the Knight, the balloon, or even the giant skeleton, or if you even want, the witch would be a good one too. Any of those cards, those high cost cards that do some pretty nice damage if left alone, those can be definitely a replacement for it. If you don't have fireball, you can go arrows, bomber. If you don't have a bomber, which would be very surprising, you can probably go like a bomb tower. Bomb tower would be a good one, or Valkyrie. Valkyrie would be a good one. And then you can go for archers. If you don't have archers, you can go spear goblins again, but then again, you have to have it in your deck anyways. So you can go like a musketeer. Dragon. If you don't have a dragon, you can go a musketeer. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like the giant, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have. If you don't have a giant, then just put out your tankiest card, the Knight, the Valkyrie, one of those. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of No Gem Grind, episode 2. Next time I'm probably gonna be around, I don't know, I want to say maybe 1,000 trophies. Yeah, I would give or take 1,000 trophies. I'll probably make a video around there, kind of talking about what I made as far as a deck to get me there, and maybe it's even the same one. I don't know. We'll have to see. There was a couple of different balance changes, so we'll have to see if it's still efficient around that bracket. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.